Hi everyone, I'm Jeanie Ellis and I'm also known as Scrapbooking Mama. And today I'm sharing a project with you for the video hop Thankful, Grateful, and Blessed. And I am so blessed. And this is to share what you love about this season. And one of the things that I love to do is to recycle or to build. Actually, my husband builds and then I take it over from there. But today I am sharing a project with you of something that painting glass. I have never done this before, and this is going to go along with another piece of the project, which is not quite finished to enough for me to do the final coat on or anything, but it will be in this video also. And I want to tell you what it is yet. I don't want to give it away. So I'm doing this painting technique using chalk paint, and it's kind of a tan color and some baking soda, and I'm putting some coffee grounds in it from a K-cup to give it a tiny bit of texture. And I've already stirred it several times, and I can't really tell you how much to put in. Some just put in until it kind of got to this texture, almost like a pasty, but not quite. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try, hoping that that will be a good texture. I also have this vase here. Let me see which hand I want to use. I have this vase here that I cleaned up with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and what I used was 91%. And I've heard that a foam brush is not really the way to go, although that's all I had aside from this brush, but I hope that I can clean it out because this is one of my good brushes. So what I'm going to do is start from the bottom, and I'm going up after I get the bottom part done. And it may take a couple of coats on it. And see that you can see that the coffee grounds are in there, and they're very fine coffee grounds, but it's going to give that little texture that I want. I don't want it to be like real smooth or anything. So that's all I'm doing for the moment. Starting from the bottom, and then I'll go up. Now, I probably won't go on the inside because the inside, this glass is clear, so I think I won't have to on it. If it was a colored vase, I probably would then, but this is clear, so I'm just going to leave it that way. Again, I'm going to go over a couple of coats, and I don't want it to be like real even strokes or anything because it's supposed to resemble pottery, hopefully. Again, I have never done this before. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got the first coat on, and as you can see, it definitely needs a second coat on it. Now, for the second coat, I felt like the first coat didn't have enough baking soda in it, and this may not either. So it's really, however much paint you got in compared to how much baking soda you need to put in. And the ones that I've seen so far, they just kind of guess at it, and that's what I'm doing. Some had exact measure. Um, Unfortunately, I don't work that way. I just kind of go eyeball it. So we're going to try the second coat, and this seems to go on a lot better. And the first coat, of course, is not going to be covered real well because of the fact that paint usually needs two coats. Not necessarily chalk paint, but we are going to work with it. I didn't add any more coffee grounds to it. And you see I got off on the bottom there, and I'm trying not to get on the bottom, but there's a possibility I may have to do it, but I'm going to wait until after all this is dry. So I'm just putting on the second coat now. Okay, this is dried, and while it's not perfect on the bottom, at this point it's okay because it's going to be covered anyway. I think I'm going to put some of that jute twine or something like that around there and go with it that way. And for any other imperfections like here, that's going to be hidden by that twine. But I can also paint over that, and let that cure. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my chalk paint for the bottom here because it needs to look really cohesive with the rest of the piece. So I'm going to just put this on here and probably 3 coats on it, if not more, just so it'll look better. You can see I'm not doing it like real perfect for the first coat. Well, let this dry and I'll be putting on more coats and I'll be back. Okay, while that's drying, I am going to start on the other part of my project. I am doing a lantern that my husband made. I saw DIY on Pinterest, and so I thought I'd just go ahead and try it out. And he made this out of scrap wood, and right now it doesn't look like a whole lot, but I'll put a picture of what it looks like before I do any painting or anything to it, so you can know what I started out with. But he made this all from scrap wood, and this is the base of it right here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and paint it, because this will go along with my candle, my base. And I'm going to start out with my chalk paint, mainly because it is chalk paint, and I have keep forgetting to get my gesso. So I've got my chalk, not chalk paint, but chalk paint. And I know you can't see a whole lot here. I've had to set up my camera a little bit differently since it's such a tall piece. I'm just taking a cream paint. And what I like about chalk paint, you can just paint right over the wood. There's a possibility my husband will be making a top to go with this, and I will show it at the end product, at the end of the project, that is, because I'm not too concerned about showing that right now. You can see that it's covering pretty good on the first coat, but it definitely will need a second coat, and I can see where I need to get some glue taken off. But just so you know, I am painting this all the way over in this color, and I will probably give it 2 coats instead of just 1, because you really can't tell here that it's what color it is. So anyway, I'm going to be painting this, all of this, and then I will be back and talk to you about the first coat, if it worked or not. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've done the first coat, and now I am working on the second coat. And one thing I want you to consider, a tip that I'm going to give you, is I would do the inside first and then do the outside. I did the outside first on the first coating, but on the second coating, I'm doing the outside first and then, or the inside first and then the outside. So I'm about done with the second coat, and I've already done the inside of this. So, but I do recommend that you start with the inside first. But that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own way to do it, but that way it seems easier for me. Now I do see some things I'm going to have to fix on this, but I'm not going to do anything until I see it totally dry and then see how it looks. So I will be back when this dries, and we're going to move on to this next step. Okay, y'all might think I'm crazy, and I might be, but I painted this, and now what I want to do is add some words on it: thankful, grateful, and blessed. But I'm going to paint it black over the words. So you might think I'm crazy doing it black, you might not. But that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a little distressing around the edges. And I've already got the word blessed and thankful on there. Thankful, I had a hard time with it. It's a little bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I think it'll be fine. So I've already transferred my word to the transfer tape. So now all I've got to do is peel it off and then try to fit it in here as well as possible. What I've, excuse me, what I've noticed about these words is that They have, they're not like straight, so they have a little off margin to them. So which is fine. And I'm just going to kind of, the F might give me a little trouble. So the next thing I have to do, I take my burnishing tool, rub it down, get those letters down really, really good, and hold, I got it. It's hard to tell because this isn't clear. This is good transfer tape though, but you can't see very well through it. Okay, so I did have a little trouble with my R there, so I'm going to have to do something with that. I thought it would be my F. The F did just about didn't make it. So on my R, I may just cut off that tail because I don't see the other ones having a tail. Well, here I am. Okay, the R didn't quite make it in there, but I think I'll just cut them off because I don't think it's going to matter on that one. So now I'm going to burnish again. So I've got me a fresh sponge brush. I'm going to put a little paint on that little piece of scrap that I have there and go over the word there, the word grateful. We're going to do one coat and see how that looks. And then if I need to do another one, I will, and I'll be back. Don't go away. Okay, so it's not completely dry yet. And in fact, I see something I need to repair. But I'm going to take off the letters because that should be dried because I did that first. And I'm only, I only did one coat because I thought that's all it needed. And because I'm going to give it kind of a distress anyway, I'm going to take my tool and kind of sand some edges here and there. Nothing in a particular way, just doing it. So let's pull this off. We hope we can pull it off. All you do is take your weeding tool. I'm going to have to move it over this way so I can see it better. You really have to be easy with it, gentle. Now you see I got a little line here. That's because I had to add to my letter because some reason I don't know what happened to it. But that happens. So anyway, anything like that I can go over if I need to, or I can just leave it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove all this because otherwise it's going to take a while. And I'll be back. Okay, it's all painted. And the words, I have repaired any colors, that black that was into the letters because that is a beige background. It may not look it on the screen, but it is beige. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is distress some of the edges of it. And if I don't like it, I'll just paint it again. So you can use sandpaper or you can use a tool like this. I'm just doing kind of a light sanding. You don't want to do it real hard. You do want to kind of wipe as you go. Don't go too heavy-handed until you know exactly how you, the feel of it, you know, for you. Just going to go finish this sanding, or actually just pressing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is my project for today for this video hop, and I will post pictures. I got paint on me yet. I will post pictures at the end of it, and make sure that you check out everyone's videos for this hop. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit that notification bell. Bye for now.